Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Life with MC. I posted in the group if anyone had any questions, just to drop them in the form, and I will put them in my next video that I upload. So today's video, I'm just going to answer the questions that were submitted. I will have the questions in the description box as well as the time stamp where I talk about them. That way you can just fast forward to that specific spot in the video. All right. Okay, so let's get started answering questions. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello, I'm about to complete Chapter 13 bankruptcy. I need help with credit repair. I'm not sure what steps I should take to begin the process. Once your bankruptcy has been discharged and your credit report has been updated, you can begin the dispute process. And regardless if you had a bankruptcy or not, I would always suggest with starting with your personal information and inquiries. Start there first. They're the easiest things to tackle. And then you will move on to the accounts that were included in your bankruptcy. I sent a company a validation letter, and in response to that, they sent me a bill with original creditor and account info, reference number, and the rest of the letter is ways to make payments. So should I send the same validation letter again, or send a different validation letter, or do I just need a whole different letter? Okay. So what I would do, I would demand a reinvestigation of the account with the collection agencies, because they know that a bill is not sufficient proof of validation for an account. They're just banking on the fact that you don't know that and that you will go ahead and pay the account. So I would demand a reinvestigation. I would let them know that this bill, this is not gonna this is not gonna work. You need to send me everything that is listed in the debt validation letter that I sent you. I need a contract bearing my signature. I need to see proof where you're even able to collect in my state. I need to know who you contacted to even validate this debt. I need to know what you have, because if all they have is a bill, that's not enough. So resend your original debt validation letter along with the demand for a reinvestigation letter. Can I send off address removal and inquiry removal at the same time? Yes. I only suggest starting with your personal information and inquiries if you are easily overwhelmed. Just work on one bureau at a time, and make sure that you're mailing your letters off in separate envelopes. Don't put everything in the same envelope. I had to say that because somebody did ask that question. So no, do not put all your letters in one envelope just because it's going to that bureau. Everything needs to be separate. How should I go about disputing accounts that were included in my bankruptcy 3 years ago but are still on my credit report? So as long as that bankruptcy is there, they're going to say that the accounts are validated. So unless you can find something wrong with the accounts, maybe some things are not consistent with the other bureaus, or maybe some things are reporting wrong, something like that. Otherwise, that account is going to stay there. But if that bankruptcy is removed, your dispute reason can be something as simple as, there is no bankruptcy on my account. on my credit report. Please remove this account immediately. Something like that. But as long as that bankruptcy is there, does opting out or freezing LexisNexis and SageStream help during credit report? Help during credit repair? Yes. If you freeze your consumer file with those third-party companies, it does help. The bureaus validate accounts and inquiries and things like that with these third-party companies who we don't even know anything about. But it does lower the chances of them validating information if you freeze it before you start your dispute process. So request the freeze, let it get into play and all that type of stuff, and then begin your dispute process. Then yes, it does help. What's the second step in case an account remains? Should I send a debt validation letter to the collection agency? So you either send a method of verification letter to the credit bureaus, or you can skip the middleman altogether and send the debt validation letter straight to the collection agency. I have fraudulent inquiries. What do I do? Okay, so if you have fraudulent inquiries on your credit report, the first thing you need to do is make sure you highlight all of them on each credit bureau, because not all inquiries report to the same bureaus. So, and then once you get all of those highlighted, you got the company name and the date, you need to go file a complaint, a FTC complaint, and list all the inquiries, which bureaus they're on and all of that. Print the FTC complaint off. mail in a letter specifically for inquiries, whether you purchased the inquiry removal letter or you simply wrote on your letter, please remove the following inquiries, and then list the company name, list the date. Attach the FTC complaint to that letter. So this is your inquiry removal letter. This is your FTC complaint. Put both of those in the envelope along with your driver's license and your social security card. Mail that off to each bureau. Boom. It should be taken care of. Or you can call the bureaus and let them know that there are some fraudulent inquiries on your account. Please transfer me to the fraud department. I have a script included in my general dispute letters and my ultimate DIY kit, and the inquiry removal letters. They're also separately on my site if you just want that, that you can use to call the bureaus to get the inquiries removed. My name and address remains after disputing. What should I do? Okay, so if there's a name or an address on your credit report that you have just been disputing for months and it will not come off, it is a big possibility that the creditor who is updating, who's actively reporting on your credit report is updating the bureaus each time, each month with this information. So you may dispute that it's inaccurate. It could be a misspelled name or an address that you no longer reside at, but it's linked to an account that's on your credit report. So until you update your information with that creditor, you're not going to be able to remove that information off your credit report. And even if you get it removed, it is a possibility that it may come back once the creditor updates or reports to the credit bureaus again. I'm Mercedes. I sent my first validation letter. After not receiving a response, I sent my second letter 31 days after the first one. It's been 8 days since the second one and still have not received the response. My question is, what's the next step if the 15th day comes and I still haven't heard from them? I want to be prepared for what's next. Thank you so much for your help. The bureaus have 30 days from the date that they receive your letter to respond back to your dispute, not 30 days from the date you mail it off. So if you're not sending certified, you have no idea how to track when they received your letter. Now, in your instance, if you did send certified and they're just not responding to you at all, your next step would be to file a CFPB complaint against the credit bureaus and demand a reinvestigation. Or you can say that they have not responded to you, they failed to respond to you, and you would like, you're requesting the removal of the account because you seek validation on this account. Let's see, it's been two times that you sent the same letter to no avail. And so you're just basically wanting the account to be deleted from your credit report, and you can definitely do that. So that would be your next step. If a lawsuit was created by a third party on behalf of a creditor that was never served, does that invalid the suit, right? It has to be served for it to be awarded a judgment, right? Okay. I get what you're trying to say. You must be served with a summons and a copy of whatever complaint or petition or whatever that was filed against you. You have to physically be served. Until then, you don't have to go to court and no judgment can be entered against you. But you do want to be sure that no one who resides with you was served or, received letters on your behalf and just failed to tell you. But if no one has received anything, you haven't been given anything, then no judgment can be entered against you. What do I do, or what can I work on during the waiting process once I submit my letters? So this is a good question. A lot of us are so antsy once we send our dispute letters. We are ready to get responses and we want answers and we want them now. But look, there are millions of people in this world who are actively working on their credit report. There are millions of dispute letters, if not millions, thousands going to the credit bureaus daily. So, you're antsy, they're antsy, but the bureaus have to get their 30 days to respond to you. So in the meantime, stop looking at your credit report, okay? Stop thinking about credit right now. Create you a vision board. Think about some goals. Think about things that you want to do once you get your credit good, because a lot of people want to work on their credit, but then they have no end goal. It's like, okay, you do all this to work on your credit to get your credit fixed, but what's the plan afterwards? Do you plan on getting a loan so you can get a business? Are you looking to buy a house? Are you going to purchase or lease a car? what are you gonna do after your credit is fixed? Otherwise, if you have no plan, you're gonna fall back into the same, you know, habits again, and we don't want that. So in the meantime, look, we got nothing but time on our hands. A lot of us are still at home. A lot of us are not working. So should get creative. Create a vision board. If you have children, do projects with them. Get outside. If you have physical goals, exercise, you know, ditch the scale, but get a measuring tape and measure yourself and start working out. You know, clean out your closet. Take some clothes to Goodwill. Find someone to donate to. I don't know. Like, there's a million things. Read a book. Write a book. Something that you've been wanting to do, you just haven't had the time. You could begin doing that right now. So it's a lot of things you could do, but give the bureaus their 30 days. Do not call them. Do not write another letter just because you forgot something in the middle of their 30 days, because now you're going to give them 45 days. So you got to get creative around the house, you know, and think of some things that interest you or something like that. We need to place a freeze before we start working on our personal information. No, it's not necessary to place a freeze on anything, especially the third parties, when you're just disputing information out your personal information section, unless you have a unless you have a public record. Then I highly recommend freezing all third party agencies before you begin doing anything. Yes, but if you've already began the disputing process and you want to freeze your SageStream and LexisNexis and all that now, then by all means go ahead. What are your thoughts on Credit Cloud software or Credit Cloud as a company? So I actually have the shirt on. And no, this video isn't sponsored. I actually completed their course because, like I said, I am a certified credit repair specialist. So I wanted to use their software just in case I decided to tack on the actual credit repair service outside of DIY, you know, credit repair that I'm currently doing. They have a phenomenal software. Like, it is so easy to follow. Even someone who's not tech savvy could follow along. Like, it is really, really easy to follow. They have great training, and you know, everything is in-house. Like, it's a great platform. It's a great way to learn about credit repair. It's just a great software to use. Like, the training is amazing. Like, it really is. And there's just always so much to learn with credit repair. You'll never know everything with credit repair, but with this company, you get updates daily. You get tips and things like that sent to your emails. It's just amazing. Now, I think the price per month for like the cheapest plan for their software is like $179 or something like that. But yeah, so you also get a free 30-day trial if you decided to work on your own credit or begin your own credit repair business. Then after the first 30 days, it'll be whatever amount, you know, based off the plan you choose, whatever amount that is. But my opinion on the company is that it's really nice. I like the software. I like that it's easy to follow. I like that once the credit reports are imported into the software, you can see everything side by side, and it has built-in dispute letters if you wanted to use those opposed to making your own. You could print all your dispute letters in batches. Like, it's pretty cool. You could send your invoices to your clients in your software. There's a portal that comes with the software for your clients. Like, the only thing you really have to worry about is getting a merchant account to be able to accept payments if you're not doing cash. But yeah, you didn't ask all of that, so I'm not gonna go that deep. Okay, but it's a really good software. Where should I start? You should start by pulling your credit reports. Whether you choose to do an online tri-merge credit reporting monitoring site or something like that, or just go to annualcreditreport.com and get your free credit reports and look at those. That's the first step, is to pull your credit reports. The second thing you need to do is go through and highlight all errors. Start in each section and just work your way on down. Start with personal information, go to inquiries, go to collections, closed accounts, derogatory accounts, public records. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the questions, guys. If you do have any questions that I did not answer, definitely leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I will see you guys. I am just stuttering. I will see you guys in my next video. Y'all have a great day.